Hello, we're at Xavier Hufkens Gallery for the show Close by Ulala Imai. I'm Zippora Elders and I'm happy to give you my reflection on the work and exhibition. For me, the show is about care and about attention. Ulala Imai looks at seemingly everyday objects like toys or bread or asparagus, food, potatoes that are in her home with her family, and she kind of picks them out and places them in her images in worlds that she has encountered, but also worlds that she imagines, and they become spirited in themselves. For me, almost like a portal to another world, or maybe even not even a fantasy, but another possible world, another way of looking and being in the world. So the title of the show is Close, which is of course about something that is nearby, that is close to you, close to your heart. And it reflects the way how Ulala Imai is working, which is very close to her house. And also her private life and her working life are in a way the same. It flows over. You can really see also this blend of the very domestic, the intimate, the family life. And like artists can, somehow organize their lives in a way that it's that art and life is the same. She's also a third-generation artist, so art making is very close to her. It was in her generations before her in her family, but also in the family of her partner, her husband. She has 3 children, and when Ulala Imai became a mother, a parent, she also became more active in a way. So it was kind of the same energy, the energy of parenting kind of flows into the energy of art making, of creation. I've read and heard that she, for example, was breastfeeding and painting at the same time, which really is like kind of flowing the daily reality and the intimacy and the closeness directly into the painting and kind of bringing that spirit of motherhood. There's a painting that is about her son graduating from middle school, so a teenager going into another chapter of life. I think in a way all the paintings, they are somehow a sweet sadness, a caring sadness. So there's a melancholia in it, sometimes nostalgia, when there are like Chewbacca, for example, which is a 70s, 80s figure for most of us from the Star Wars movies. Most special is the painting Vincent van Gogh. It's about a toy dog. And Ulala Imai has found this toy dog on the flea market in Paris. The dog is missing one ear, and Ulala Imai also has a hearing impairment. So this is in a way, as she said, an alter ego for her. And this hearing impairment, one imagines that the visual world becomes much more present. And we can also see that in the paintings. So as you can see here with Lucy and Charlie Brown, as if the visual is almost luminous. The light is very important. So different types of light, either natural light, artificial light, or outside light, and it can be all together in one painting. For example, with a tulip painting in the night, standing, it's tulips in a vase standing in front of a window. So you have the light from outside, but you have also the candle which is next to it, and some sort of artificial light. You can also definitely see how Ulala Imai loves art and painting, and also in history. So there's a lot of influence from Monet, but also from before. She makes still life paintings, but then with everyday objects, channeling that energy, but also that way of perceiving the world into the paintings. Sometimes she works with smaller paintings and close-ups, and sometimes the scale is quite large and it's also close-up. And it's kind of interesting because through the scale you become in a way part of her world. So you become, it's almost as if you are in the garden or you are in the house. And it's, for me, it's almost like a portal into a world, but it's not really accessible. So there's a distance and a detachment, and at the same time there's a closeness and an intimacy. I think it's also in a way of demanding space for this intimate, personal, private life that we all have. And what I find interesting is that maybe from an art historical perspective, one would immediately say, oh, it's pop. Well, for sure, pop culture is in the images, but I think it's not necessarily about consumer culture. Ulala Imai kind of shows how they are personal for everyone, and how a mass-produced teddy bear is something completely else for each person, and becomes something spirited with somehow the spirit or the personalities maybe of the people around such an object and the life around such an object. By showing her very own intimate world, she kind of says how everyone has a precious intimate world which deserves to be.